Alright, good morning everybody. How's it going? Figured I'd do this just as a little way of chatting with you guys, getting to know you a little bit better. First off, I want to thank Rob Allen for the amazing work he's done on my icon. I really, really, really appreciate that. And let me know if this is going through, if you guys can hear me okay and see me okay and all that stuff. I don't know what I'm looking at. Alright, so couple topics I wanted to talk about. First off, the Gina Carano thing. I really don't care about it. I mean, I like her character and everything and the Mandalorian. I thought she was pretty awesome. But things like this happen. It happens in Hollywood. People get scrutinized and they get dumped. And there's nothing really we can do about it. Alright, awesome. Thank you, DR. I really appreciate that. So again, thank you for everybody joining me. I'm really, really nervous on doing this. I've never done a live stream like this. I've done them for video games and stuff like that, and that's no big deal because my PlayStation camera is so far away that you don't see me. You see probably the bottoms of my feet because I got my feet reclined up. But I haven't done a video game stream in a long time either. Alright, let's check out some of the comments. Sup, Richard? Sup, DR, Star Wars Prophet, everybody. Again, Rob Allen, thank you so much. I know I've been a pain in the butt, but it really turned out amazing, and I couldn't have hoped for anything better. And Visual Ghost, how's it going? Yeah, that's my face. Sorry. Nothing amazing. My wife likes it, though. My kids, not as much. Well, thank you for that, Richard. Yeah, so the Gina Carano thing, I'm not really upset about it. I am kind of, but I'm not really because Hollywood does that stuff all the time. They dump people, especially Lucasfilm. My God, have you seen how many people have been dumped from projects at Lucasfilm? It's crazy. So it doesn't surprise me at all. All right, thank you, DR. And hello, Robin. Or Robin. Alright, DR, you want to talk about the Django's armor. I see that. I haven't been avoiding you. And hello, Ethan. I appreciate you. So, everything I've read about Django's armor has really been, it's only led me to one set of armor. I know he took his armor, he got his armor from Jester Muriel. Then he repainted it the silver and blue. He left off the Protector's badge. And then when he died in Attack of the Clones, you see Boba Fett holding the helmet up to his face, like in a way of endearment. I don't know whether Boba took the head out of the helmet or not. That would be kind of weird, but Boba was being raised as a Mandalorian, and they have some pretty odd traditions. But really, I think just Boba just painted it the red and green, almost like the Protectors and the true Mandalorians of the past. Reverb in my mic. Let's see what I can do about that. Is that a bit better? Hey, Mom. Thanks for joining. Elijah, how's it going? Yeah, that's definitely my mom. So this is one of two answers. When Jango escaped, he took a different Mando armor from the prison, and Jango found a silver set of armor. It has been so long since I've read all the Legends material. I'll have to go back and scour through it. Really. I mean, sounds about the same. Huh. Is it an echo or just a little bit of squealing? Because I can't hear it myself. Yeah, I've heard about the new Boba Fett comic, and I'm really excited for it. Oh my God, it's supposed to take place between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. He's going to be fighting off other bounty hunters in the Empire, and apparently Jabba the Hutt's not going to be too pleased with him. I did do a speculation and theory video about that just a couple days ago. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's plugged in all the way. That's weird, because I don't get the reverb when I'm doing my regular videos, but... Yeah, 1313 would have been a great game if they would have finished with it. I'm hoping that new Star Wars open world game is going to be Mandalorian based, because they did talk about that a little bit, and there's a little bit of rumor about it. So that would be so great if we could have a fully customizable Mandalorian video game. They do have, Tyler, thank you for that. They do have a comic series about between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, but it isn't Boba Fett based. It's more about that guy Valance. Not a big fan of Valance. He just reminds me of the Terminator. But Boba Fett is in it along with Bosk and a couple other people. But it's more about Valance than Boba Fett. And it is set between that time period as well. Let's see. Alright, let me pull my phone out and see if I can get on it. I couldn't even see the live stream from my phone earlier. But let me see what I can figure out. Of course I gotta go through my ads. Don't mind if I skip my ads. Let's see. Alright, let me pull my phone out and see. Yeah, that is a little robotic sounding. Let me see if I can fix that or something. Alright, let's go with the audio here. Keep asking your questions and I'll keep answering as I can. The new comic book will be coming out. I believe it's set for May, but it may be June. It's supposed to run from May to October for 5 episodes or 5 issues. I would assume the Hutt Cartel will make it into the show. For one reason or another, they put Bib Fortuna in charge of Jabba the Hutt's clan, so they're probably not going to be real happy that he's not there anymore. Yeah, of course I'll be playing games. I'm hoping, Tyler, I'm hoping that he does have the family. I'm hoping that he has the daughter and she becomes a Mando or Mandalore and all that stuff. But the only problem I see is that with the creation of Din Djarin, I love the character of Din, but I think he's going to get in a way of a little bit of the Legends stuff that came from Boba Fett. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping Boba becomes that Legends character that he always was. But I think Din Djarin's going to get in the way of that. Unless Din is too reluctant to lead with the Darksaber and steps down to become like a protector or something like that. Yeah, we do need a Boba Fett game. Definitely. Definitely. Something like, if they redid Bounty Hunter from the way back in the day with the Jango Fett stuff and made it about Boba Fett, I would be so stoked about that. Let's see. Talking about the armor again. All right, DR. I know you like talking about the armor and everything, but like I said, it's been a while since I've read all of the old Legends stuff, so I'd have to dig that out again. Yeah, I'd love to see Boba escaping the Sarlacc, Daniel. To see how it was done, because they kind of hinted that maybe the Krayt Dragon ate the Sarlacc, but then if it ate the Sarlacc, it would have ate Boba too. So he had to have escaped before the Sarlacc was eaten, or he killed the Sarlacc and then the Krayt Dragon came along and ate it. I'm not really sure, but I'm hoping it was Boba Fett using a combination of his rocket and jetpack, because the rocket wasn't there in the Jawa's Sandcrawler when Cobb Vanth took it. I don't think Fennec and Boba will get together. If you remember, Fennec, where her womb is kind of mechanical. I mean, I think she's going to be a great help to him. She's going to be one of his enforcers. Yes, let's see him speak Mandoa, please. I mean, we see him reading it, and the controls of the Slave One are in Mandoa. So yeah, I'd really like to see him speak it. Yes, Bounty Hunter was amazing. I loved that game. I still have it on my PlayStation 4. It's just really tricky because it doesn't save my progress, and I got to start over every time I play it. So it's kind of annoying. I like going back for the nostalgia, but I can only play it for about a half hour before I'm ready to give it up because I can't save the progress. And let me check through some more comments here. Battlefront 2, Visual Ghost. Yes, I love Battlefront 2. I can stream that on Twitch. I'm not so sure if I can still do it on YouTube or not. And I'm not really sure where the reverb's coming from on this, unless I've got somehow the wrong microphone set up or something like that. No, it looks like the right one's set up. I got my Yeti. Try this. Use custom audio device. Okay. Did that fix anything? I'm hoping so. Guess we someone else. Yeah, someone else for Boba's daughter. I don't know. Casca Reeves is kind of hot. I don't think Bo-Katan's interested in giving birth. Yeah, I think so too, Tyler. But I don't know if he'll reflect too long on it because he's got a new set of goals, and I feel like he feels like he's a new man without all that vengeance and heart anymore. And hello, Banjo Fett. We're playing Boba Fett on Battlefront 2. Yeah, Boba Fett's my favorite character on Battlefront 2. Even though he's a little clunky and he's a little hard to control at times and his gun's a little not aimable, I still love it. I love the concussion missiles and I love the other rockets he shoots out. Yeah, definitely Star Wars Prophet. It's a purely platonic relationship. She feels like she owes him something for saving her life, and she pretty much owes him her life. Hey, thanks, S. Steiner. I appreciate that. Yeah, so, I mean, what else you guys want to talk about? We've talked about a little bit of Boba Fett, the Gina Carano thing. I don't want to touch on that anymore. You guys can comment if you like, but it is what it is. But there is a rumor out there that Pedro Pascal is going to be leaving The Mandalorian, and that's not true. A lot of these negative YouTubers, I don't want to name them because I don't want to give them credibility of any kind, because it's just negative publicity is all it is, and they're getting tons of views and money for it, and congratulations to them. I'm glad they found something that works for them, and they're able to use this platform as a way to do that. But they're putting misinformation out there. Pedro Pascal got a new series with HBO. We don't even know when that starts filming. It could be a long time. But he has not dropped The Mandalorian. Not as of yet. I mean, these rumors are just coming from each other. So one YouTuber's playing off another YouTuber, and then another YouTuber's playing off that YouTuber. And they're all just sticking together with their word. No, 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 these are my inside sources. And they don't have inside sources. They have each other. That's it. How about Book of Boba Fett theories? I mean, I've pretty much made videos about those theories. I feel like he's going to turn Tatooine into a haven for Mandalorians, kind of a new Mandalore, since the old Mandalore is pretty much destroyed. Even if he inadvertently does it or doesn't mean to do it, it's probably going to happen because Tatooine has always been one of the centers for people who don't want to be found. And Mandalorians don't want to be found right now. Jabba's palace and Mos Eisley, Mos Espa, and places like that are going to be great places for Mandalorians to hide out. I think they're going to pull Cobb Vanth in as well and teach him the ways of the Mandoa and get him on board with being a Mandalorian. He might even get a suit of armor. Who knows? But he could very well be a protector. Thank you, Contact. I appreciate that one. Mandalorian live action, definitely, Elijah. I'd love to see Mandalorian. Maybe they could go back and do another series about what it looked like before the Purge, because I mean the structures and architecture and stuff like that during the Clone Wars were just amazing with all their boxes and little bit of nature. I'd like to see it before the Empire wiped out the nature, when it was farmlands and stuff like that as well. Any precursors to the sequel trilogy? Yeah, I do. Rob, I do see precursors to the sequel trilogy coming up, especially in The Mandalorian and the Rangers of the New Republic. Those are definitely going to bridge a little bit of gap to where the First Order starts taking over. Not taking over, but becoming a little more prevalent. There's still going to be a small band and some Imperials, but the Imperials are going to draw out to the unknown regions and start forming the First Order. Currently in negotiations to play Ezra. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see Ezra live action. I mean, I'm so ready for Ezra and Thrawn. They need their own show, really. And I think if they started like a Sabine show that spun off of the Ahsoka show, and the Sabine show could be all about finding Ezra and Thrawn and making that its own solid piece rather than it just being a spin-off and barely mentioned. Because that was a huge part of Rebels at the end, was Ezra being with Thrawn, taking him to the unknown regions, and just disappearing. Now we need a conclusion to that. Mandalorians. Mandalorians from Rebels and Clone Wars? You mean like, let's say, what's her name? Rook Cast. I don't think Gar Saxon, because he died in Rebels. Yeah, I'd like to see Rook Cast return. And I'm hoping she's the armorer. I'm really hoping that. Even though her helmet is different shape and everything from the Clone Wars and Rebels, I still think she's the armorer. And there's a reason they haven't gave the armorer a name yet. An armorer, that just sounds weird to me. It's anyways. So, yeah, they haven't gave her a name yet because I'm pretty sure she is going to be Casca Reeves. Turn Tatooine into their new home planet. Yeah, I mean, it would take generations and generations to turn Tatooine into an Earth-like planet. It has 2 suns, and the moisture's all below the surface. So sand doesn't really breed crops very well. But we haven't seen all of Tatooine yet either. Maybe one side of the planet doesn't get as much sun, and it can be fruitful. Yeah, thanks, Mom. Ahsoka's definitely my favorite light side user. I don't want to call her a Jedi, even though she didn't deny being a Jedi in The Mandalorian. I don't want to call her a Jedi yet because it's not confirmed, but yeah, she's definitely my favorite. Finn Rao, yes, please bring in Finn Rao. I forgot to mention him when asked about legacy characters coming into the Mandalorian show. The Bad Batch TV series, I'm less excited for it as I am the live action stuff, because we've had so much animation lately, or over the years. We've barely had any live action other than The Mandalorian. But I like the concept of the Bad Batch. I wasn't a big fan of them during the last season of the Clone Wars, but I think they could do something really great with it through Order 66. Order 66 being seen from a different point of view is something that always interests me. I'd like to see it from a regular citizen point of view, we've seen the Jedi's point of view, the Sith point of view, and now we're going to see some clones' point of view. And we've seen other clones' point of view and how that went down. I love seeing all the different angles of Order 66. So yeah, I'm going to watch the Bad Batch. I'm just not as excited for it as I am the live action stuff. Okay, I'll take that back. I'm a little more excited for that than I am the Cassian Andor series. Sorry, I said it. Not that I don't want the Cassian series, it just, to me it seems like Solo. It doesn't really need to be made. Hey, thanks, DR. I have like one, two, three, four posters behind me, two of which are Darth Vader, the Mandalorian, and The Empire Strikes Back. Um, Bad Batch would be a sleeper hit with fans. Yeah, a lot of fans like the Clone Wars stuff. They like the prequel trilogy, stuff like that. A lot of the younger fans, people like me who are old, um, we really like the Imperial stuff. Um, I, and honestly, I'm gonna put this out there. I know a lot of people aren't gonna agree with me or anything, but I don't hate the sequels. I mean, I like them. I understand their place in the universe. Could they have been better? Yeah. Well, yeah. A lot of things were dropped on that, but I mean, visually they were stunning. The sound effects were stunning. John Williams' music is just amazing as always. Um, so, for me, if I hate the sequels, then I have to hate everything about it. And I don't hate John Williams. I love his music. Let's see. It's more robotic now. Oh, goody. Hey, thanks, Helen. I appreciate that. I'm down in my man cave, by the way. My wife was so gracious enough to allow me to have a man cave. And I'm so grateful to her for letting me do this. I mean, I never in a million years thought I'd have a cave like this. So I've decided to make it into a Star Wars theater room where over on this side of the room there's going to be a 75-inch TV eventually. I'm going to have full surround sound, little LED lights around the bottoms and everything. And I'm still decorating and painting, so it's taking me a minute to get through everything. Yeah, Rob, I liked Solo too. When they decided to make it, I just thought, why? Because we'd heard all the stories in the Legends and the expanded universe, and even in the movies, he talked about running the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. Didn't need to know how it was done, we just knew it was done. Alright, Banjo Fett, you have a great day. Which Boba is cooler? Empire Strikes Back Boba or Boba in Episode 6? Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi Boba? I'm always going to go with Empire Strikes Back. Return of the Jedi Boba got knocked in a hole by a blind man clumsily. That's embarrassing. Let's see. As long as Andor goes back to the crazy asteroid yeah, let's go back to the crazy asteroid world that's got an upside down and a right side up. Endor. What did I say about Endor? I don't remember. I don't remember what I said about Endor. Oh, Mandalorian Boba or Empire Strikes Back. That's tough. Mandalorian Boba has had a lot more action in the few minutes he's been in it than he did the entire original trilogy. The original trilogy, he looks badass, but he really didn't do anything, and it was more about his reputation back then than anything. Now, it's actually showing what he can do. And to me, now, he's even more of a badass than Jango Fett was. Sorry if that's blasphemy, but I mean, he just looks cool, and he's just knee rocketing people and shooting down the wrong transport, but still hitting it. He's got better aim than a stormtrooper does. Let's see. Yeah, the Kessel Run was really cool, Mom. To me, that just goes back to a shout out to H.P. Lovecraft for the Cthulhu thing, the giant space octopus from H.P. Lovecraft. And I thought it was really cool. As soon as I saw it on screen, I was like, yeah, look at that. They're doing H.P. Lovecraft in Star Wars. Usually you get westerns or old samurai flicks and stuff like that where Star Wars draws its influence. More of the old Republic era? Definitely. Definitely. Bring me the Siths. Bring me the ancient Siths. I'm ready for them. I want Nihilist, Revan, Bane, Malak, all of them. Bring them all back. Yeah, I'm sure mods do bring a lot of fun back to or into the Battlefront 2 game, Visual Ghost, but for some reason I'm just not into mods. I saw one mod where somebody made a pink Darth Vader, and that just made my eye twitch. I was like, I thought it was kind of goofy. All right, let's see. I gotta go back a little ways. A lot of people are commenting here. Alden Solo. Alden did great as Solo. Star Wars Prophet, thank you for this. Alden Ehrenreich did awesome as Solo. And way better than I thought he could. When they first announced him as Solo, I was like, why? There's so many other people that look more like Harrison Ford. But he pulled it off. He had the mannerisms and all that. And Donald Glover, after watching Community, I think, why did they pick Donald Glover? But then you watch Solo and you're like, he's Lando. Donald Glover is Lando. Dude did it. One of the rumors going around is the Ahsoka Ranger in the New Republic. Yeah, S. Steiner, thank you. That's one thing I've heard as well, and I hope that's the case, because it seems like more of an MCU approach to the Star Wars universe of crossing over everything individually, and maybe they run into each other once in a while, and then boom, they're all together at the end for the finale, because Thrawn is not going to be easy to beat. Ezra might have had the best chance of doing it, but I don't think Ezra really wanted to kill him. He just wanted to get him out of Lothal so he could free his homeworld. A chicken mod for BB-8 and Darth Maul. You can have a Bernie Sanders mod. Is he wearing gloves and everything and sitting in a chair in front of a theater? That'd be hilarious. Yeah, the backlash from The Last Jedi definitely affected Solo a little bit, but I think also more of the people that went to see Solo were diehard fans. They weren't the casual fans and stuff like that. Casual fans are just like, what's that even mean? Solo, a Star Wars movie. A Solo Star Wars movie, or is it about Solo? And they didn't really hype it up all that much, and it was only 6 months after The Last Jedi released. But I think some of the backlash did have something to do with that, and also changing the directors in the middle of it, and getting rid of the main guy playing the villain, all that stuff. Han definitely shot first, retro gaming. I will never deny that. I mean, and that's one thing that I have a point of contention with, is people that say, well, George Lucas is amazing, George Lucas did this, George Lucas is so much better at writing and that and this and that, and he's tinkered with the original trilogy so much that now we have McClunky. But as far as Han shooting first, originally George Lucas had Han shoot first. He changed the foundation of who Han Solo was when he had Greedo shoot first. To me, that was crazy. Why would you do that? Why would you change who Han Solo is just with one blaster shot? So to me, Han Solo shot first, and George Lucas is not the be-all, end-all of everything Star Wars. He sold the company, so now other people get to write the stuff. All right, everybody, we got about 2 minutes left. Let's see. All right, Mom. Have a good day. Love you. Let's see. Good morning, Colt. Nice to see you here. I'm getting ready to wrap it up, but I am going to have a members-only chat here in about a half hour. So if anybody wants to, or if any of the members want to join in that, I'm not going to preach about joining my memberships or anything like that. This is just a fun chat. I'm not going to say anything about subscribing or go on and subscribe or anything like that. Just enjoy the video, and I will see you guys next time. All right? Thank you. Thank you so much for joining.